does the Bible say about a global society?
Well, you know, the first globalist was a guy named Nimrod in the Old Testament who built the Tower of Babel. And we found out in the very beginning that when all the people get together and try to build something to show God up, God doesn't put up with that. And so he, as you know, he confused the languages, and that project sort of didn't do so well. The problem with globalism, Sheila, is it's the one thing that has to happen for the end of the world events to take place. Because as you know, the scripture tells us that at the end of the world there will be a world leader who will galvanize people behind him, and he will be a very evil man who will take the world down. But he has to have the following of the world. Galvanizing the power behind one person is just a setup for what's going to happen in the future.
As believers, how do we deal with that kind of world when we see this? I mean, we all see it happening around us. How do we live in days like this?
One of the things I really believe I've learned from the study of this book is that we cannot live in lies. Let's be honest, sometimes even as Christians, we know what everybody's telling us isn't true, and we live in the midst of it like it's okay. Yeah. And we cannot do that. We have got to learn how to live in the truth. Part of that is when things come up that we know are not representative of the biblical worldview, we can't just sit there and take it. We need to raise the objective and not do it. Most of what we hear today, most of what we see, most of what's on television is untrue. It's just not true. And if you stop and think about it, you say, you know what? Wait a minute, that's not true. Yeah. But we allow it to affect our lives to the extent that it changes our daily behavior. And we as Christians have got to ask God to help us be set free by the truth and follow the truth. God is not a globalist. God is a nationalist. God created the nations. It says in Acts, he created the nations so that they would know God. You read in the Bible, look at all the nations that are in the Bible. You know, there are so many nations. God created it that way. He wants it that way.